Solo Shots on the Sweet Spot is brought to you by Dothan Cosmetic Dentistry, Westside Auto Care, and Mustard Seed Landscaping. Welcome to Solo Shots on the Sweet Spot, where the Eagles, the junior high Eagles at Providence Christian, beat Ashford 35-26. I'm joined by John Robert Pittman and Hudson Snell. Guys, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it was a tough, hard-fought victory today. Nothing came easy, especially with that slow start. It was real sluggish at the beginning for both teams. Talk about what do you feel led into that slow start?
I don't know, it's like a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Just like we're used to being just in bed on Saturday morning. We have to come out and play.
That's so true. Hudson, we talked about this before. We have experience of those Saturday morning games. I didn't think about that, man. You're right. Saturday morning, they used to look, I go from the bed to the couch. That's my Saturday morning routine. So I didn't think about having to wake up and play a game against another competitive team. Hudson, what was your thoughts on that with the slow start, man?
Probably that's a factor, but like Thursday after that big win, you're just like celebrating beating HA by it. And then you just come out here and you're like, okay, we beat them by a lot. So we're coming in here thinking that like we don't have to play as hard as we need to.
Yeah.
So we just did whatever we did and somehow it worked out.
Man, those are two excellent points. Like you said, coming off a huge win. I mean, you got some Alabama fans out there. You saw what happened. You beat Georgia. But then Vandy, come in, all that goes in there. So we know when you win against a huge opponent, a huge rivalry, sometimes that next game is a little hard to get up for just because you're riding so high. So we know that slow start was sluggish for both teams. And it was everybody on the floor. It wasn't just like, okay, this player didn't have a slow start. Everybody kind of was trying to find their footing in today's win, in today's game. What do you feel was a turning point for the Eagles? What do you feel was the moment where it started to click and okay, now we're regaining control for good?
So we had a talk. The other team called a timeout, and Coach Wright was like really getting into us. Like we need a shot. We need to see one go in, and we need enthusiasm to play. And then I had that shot, and that just really sparked it up, and we kept going, and we scored a lot of points from that.
Yeah.
It's like our coach said, like we just need enthusiasm, and we need to talk on the court, and so I think we did that.
Man, talking on the court, communication is everything in every sport, football, baseball, basketball, it doesn't matter. Volleyball, you always have to communicate. And I always say this, I heard somebody say this, and I try to use this when I coach. A silent team is a dead team. If you're not talking and communicating, then there's no life from your five that's currently on the floor, and you're going against a team that is active and communicating with each other, they're going to have the advantage, So basketball is an emotional sport. It's not a quiet sport. So you have to create that energy from communicating with your teammates. But like you said, your shot where the Eagles were trailing by 3 points in the fourth quarter, 24-21. Hudson Snell hit a huge three to tie it early in the fourth. I saw you erupt. Your emotions erupted. The entire gym erupted. The emotions from your shot because it was such a slow, sluggish, just hard-fought contest. No shots falling for either team. I mean, it was a huge drought there in the third quarter. But your shot at the start of the fourth quarter was really the catalyst that led the Eagles to this win today. So you hit a three, and then you came back and hit another jumper.
Yeah.
And that sparked a 5-0 run that led to an 11-0 run where you had a few buckets. Sloan had a bucket. An 11-0 run that ended into a 14-2 fourth quarter for the Eagles. The Yellow Jackets only scored 2 points the entire fourth quarter. So talk about that turning point there for the Eagles in the fourth where it really took off, starting with his shot.
Yeah, after he hit a shot, everyone got hyped. We were like, okay, let's just finish this. And we started talking, and we just came out and started playing and making shots.
Man, Hudson, how did it feel, man, to hit that shot, dude? I know you're an emotional guy. Your emotions, whether you're up or down, we can see it on you. But talk about that shot that led and was the catalyst for the Eagles.
Yeah, I haven't been shooting good over the past few games, and then when I made that one, you just see one go in, and it turned everything. We were all just waiting for someone to make that shot.
Yeah,
it was probably 15 shots that we just missed.
Yeah,
we just were waiting for one to go in, and we finally had one, and it turned into 4 or 5 buckets.
Mm-hmm.
And then our defense got after that shot, we got a lot more enthusiastic, and we were just ready to play after that.
We've talked about it all the time. Coaches, get a layup, get to the line, make a free throw. Because like you said, sometimes all you need to see is that ball go in to kind of unlock that mental block. You're like, oh, I can shoot. I can make a shot. And that's where, if you're a shooter or not, if you're on the court, be prepared to shoot. And if you're open, take the shot. Just know you stay within your range, stay within what you do best. But you don't want everyone to have that mindset, oh, I'm 0 for 5. I'm not shooting anymore. So you got to make sure as an individual and for your teammates, make sure they are aware, hey, keep shooting. That's a good shot. It is not falling. It's going to fall. But the last thing you want to do is have someone get in their head and be afraid to shoot because they're not hitting.
Yeah.
All right. So as we close here on Solo Shots on the Sweet Spot, where do the Eagles improve from here?
I mean, we got a game Monday, Tuesday, and then in 2 weeks from now we play Dolphin. That was a really tough game for us. We lost that one, but I just think that like if we keep winning more games, we're gonna be high once we play them.
Yeah.
And I just think we need to bring the energy, and we'll finish up beating them, and it'll be a good one for us.
What about you, John Robert? What do you
Yeah,
see?
it's just like I think we should do better because like we should need to communicate there. And if we start communicating, I think we'll like start making buckets and playing good on defense. And then when Dolphin comes, that was like our first game. We didn't really do that good, but I think we can we'll improve from that and hopefully get a win.
Hey, I heard defense. I heard communication. Everything starts with defense and communicating. That press that y'all have and the way you switch it up to man and all that. Hey, you guys keep listening to Coach Wright and doing what they tell you to do because, man, I'm telling you, you guys have a real special group. I hope y'all already see that in this junior high level, what the Eagles are capable of at this time moving forward, all right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you've been listening to John Robert Pittman, who had 12 points. Hudson Snell had 7 points, where the Providence Christian Eagles beat the Ashford Yellow Jackets 35-26.